Hello, everyone. If you like what I'm doing here, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. It would really help the channel out quite a bit. Thank you very much.
Northern Railway presents Empire Builder. Tonight's Empire Builders play that comes to you as a reminder that with all the talk about depression, there still are people and organizations who are too busy working for good times to wail about hard times. The territory served by the Great Northern Railway is busy creating prosperity, and the Great Northern Railway itself is lending a hand in this constructive endeavor. The Great Northern Railway has made available to producers and shippers throughout this great Northwest Empire a transportation service that represents the acme in dependability and efficiency. Among the services provided for shippers by the Great Northern are pass-through freight on the long hauls between terminals, speedy package car service between important shipping points, swift, long-distance refrigerator train service for food products, specialized equipment to serve such industries as the iron mines of northern Minnesota, the copper mines of Montana, and the lumber interests of Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. Great Northern Freight representatives as well as travel bureaus are located in many of the cities from which this program is broadcast. These expert traffic men will be glad to serve you. Dog my cat. If it ain't Bert Pond. Howdy, Bert.
Hello, old-timer.
It's mighty good to be seeing you again, Bert. Quite a spell since the last time we run into each other.
Quite a spell. That was on the Empire Builder, too.
Yes, sir, it was.
Well, I can't say you've changed much, old-timer.
No?
You're looking just about the same as ever.
That so, Bert?
Yeah, just about the same. I wouldn't say offhand that you look a bit older than you did then.
Well, thanks, Bert.
Yeah, you sure do keep spry. It beats me how you do it.
Well, maybe it's because I don't do an awful lot of worrying anymore, Bert. You know, I used to be a pretty good hand at worrying, especially over things that it wasn't no good to worry about.
Yeah, well, you never had any more worries than I had, old-timer.
You have been a powerful worry-a-thon, but me, I'm slipping. I can't do near as good a job of worrying as I used to.
Well, you don't think it's because you're picking up in years, do you, old-timer?
No. Oh, no, it's not that. I just found out how darn foolish it was. Right when I used to be getting in my heaviest worrying lick, why, all of a sudden, I'd find out that what I was worrying about had up and gotten readjusted like.
You don't say.
Yes, sir. That's the way it always turns out.
Well, I don't know. Now, if you had my worry...
Now, just how are things going, anyway?
Rotten.
What?
Rotten. I'm telling you, old-timer, I never saw times worse.
No, Bert. You know better than that. I remember back in '93 when you had to sell your buggy to buy feed for your horse.
Yes, I do sort of remember something like that.
Yeah, and then you had to borrow my rig so you could go a-courting Ella Temple. You know, it always seemed odd to me that you two didn't get hitched up along about then.
Well, I reckon we would have, only, that year times was so hard.
Well, times weren't too hard for Ella. One that in '94, she up and married Joe Pike over in Bonner's Ferry.
Yeah, 'twas June, and I before. You see, I've been waiting for times to, well, pick up a little more.
I see. But Joe Pike wasn't much start on waiting, was he? And he wasn't any better fixed than you were, Bert.
Not as well fixed, I reckon. I had to live with his folks for a while. Times were so hard. But if I'd known the 4 times wasn't going to last no longer than they did, well...
Hey, 4 times never last as long as most folks figure they will, Bert. They come around every so often, but before you know it, they're gone again.
Well, they're worse right now than they've been since '93 anyway, old-timer.
Great catfish and catamounts, Bert. You sure are forgetful. Say, how about that spell in 1907? When you was staying up nights, figuring how you was going to keep the sheriff away from that little mill you had then.
Yeah, maybe you're right, huh? I was mighty worried then.
Yes, you was worried some in 1920, weren't you, Bert? You know, right after the government canceled those war contracts you had.
I sure was.
And then you had the best years you ever had. See, I guess your mill's one of the biggest in the state now, ain't it, Bert?
Well, I should hope to tell you. But I ain't taking any chances of getting caught in this here slump. The fact is, I'm on my way up there right now. And when I get there...
Yes? And what's going to happen when you get there?
I'll tell you what's going to happen. First off, I'm going to fire that darn moonin' nephew of mine past turn catfish.
You are? What, he's your superintendent, isn't he?
Well, he won't be after I get there.
I always thought you was right fond of your nephew. What's come up?
Plenty. But the main thing, well, you see, about a week ago, I wired him to cut the payroll in half.
Scatter my chipmunks, Bert. You didn't do a thing like that, did you?
Yep, I sure did.
Say, I'll bet he didn't do it.
What in thunderation makes you think that?
Well, a sort of intuition, I guess, Bert. You know, that nephew of yours always impressed me as being pretty cool-headed.
Cool-headed as a horseradish. Here, you wait a second now. I'll show you something. Here it is. You read this.
What, telegram, eh? Well, what's it about?
It's the wire he sent me when I ordered him to chop the payroll. Read it. It's only 2 words long.
All right, Bert, thanks. Well, it fits. It says, go.
Yeah.
Bert, only 2 words. Reckon he didn't need to finish it, did he?
No, but I'll finish him.
No, Bert. Don't go to kicking over the traces. Say, how did your business last year compare with the business this year or the year before?
Well, this is the year before. Let's see. Less. Way less. 8% under.
8%. Well. And you want to cut your payroll in half. Say, Bert Pond, I'm plumb ashamed of you. Yeah, right when things are due for an upturn.
Well, I'm going to play safe. That's what I'm going to do. Why, what makes you think things are due for an upturn?
Why, Bert, they've begun to pick up already. Every sign is pointing better times ahead.
I got to see him first. No, sir, I'm not taking chances. I'm going to whack that payroll down the minute I hit Milltown. Or the minute after. Anyway, just as soon as I can bounce my nephew and that girl of his out of the yard.
Girl, did you say, Bert?
Yes, he's been shining around the girl. She's putting all these highfalutin notions in his head.
Yes?
Yeah, you see, she's one of these here social workers.
Social worker, eh? Say, that sounds fine.
Not to me, it don't. I don't aim to have no woman snooping around my mill. Well, no Laura Gray's going to run the mill anyway.
Say, what name did you say?
Laura Gray's the name.
Laura Gray, eh? Say, you'll have to excuse me a bit, Bert.
Hey, you're not running away, are you?
Oh, no, I'll be back. Now, if that ain't too good. With Miss Gray right here on the Empire
What town, say?
Libby, sir. Yes, sir. This is Libby.
And do we stop here long?
No, sir. Only a minute or so. We'll be leaving right away. Beg pardon, miss. I promised to get a fill for a lady.
All right, Father. Go along with your fellows.
Mister, can I leave my baby here a moment?
What? The baby, huh?
Well, I've got to run back a moment, please.
I suppose.
Oh, thank you. Baby mine. Mother's got to leave you. Darling. Baby. Goodbye.
Well,
My. What a sweet baby. Your grandchild?
no, thanks. Girl left it here.
Oh, twins, what big blue eyes it has.
Huh?
All in pink, too. Must be a girl. Is it?
How should I know? Girl left it here. Great gosh, all crap apples. What's that?
What's that?
Doggone it, that girl ought to be getting back here.
It's a good baby. I've had mine myself, and I know. Now, you,
I tell you, it ain't my baby. Some got a girl left in it. What's that? What a train starting. Hey, Papa, conductor, come on. You're pulling out leaving this kid's mother.
Well, I can't imagine any mother leaving her baby with a person like you. I'm going right back to my seat.
Now, wait a minute. Listen here. Oh, now. Gosh, old crap apples, you're starting to cry, too. Now, what am I going to do? Blast it.
Back again, old timer?
Yeah. And I reckon I've got some good, I've got some news for you, Miss Gray.
Oh, don't be so formal, old timer. Call me Laura. And what's this news you have for me?
Well, you know, after I left you here in the observation lounge, then I ran into an old friend of mine, Bert Pond.
Jim's uncle?
Yeah, Jim's uncle.
Oh.
Say, he's going to Milltown, too. Seems he's got one of his cautious streaks on. Planning to do a lot of whacking and slashing on the payroll and such.
I know. I saw the telegram he sent in.
I reckon maybe you had. But did you happen to see the answer Jim sent back?
Yes. You know, old timer, it may sound awful, but I guess I'm responsible for it.
Well, I can't say there was any language wasted. Say, and Jim's uncle all burned up over it.
Oh, but it was so absurd, the thing he wanted Jim to do. Now imagine cutting the payroll in half when business is only 7% under a year ago.
8%, Laura. Bert said 8%.
That shows how close he keeps track of things. It was 8%, but December sales cut it to 7%.
Well, you seem to keep a pretty close check on things, Laura.
Well, I've seen the statements and the order sheet, and I've seen the inventory of reserve stock, and it's down to almost nothing. And advance orders are already picking up. Oh, I tell you, old-timer, there isn't justification for any cut in payroll.
Well, I've been trying to tell Bert that, Laura, but I don't know. Sometimes I think Bert can't see any further than the end of his nose. And he's stubborn as he is.
Oh, I know. But Jim won't cut the payroll. I told Jim if he carried out those orders of his uncle's, well, that I wouldn't marry him. There.
Well, now, that sort of leaves Jim between her, doesn't it, Laura?
Well, how do you mean?
Well, if Jim don't make the cut, I reckon Bert will fire him. Then if you marry Jim, he won't have no job to keep up a home on.
It isn't his job I'm worrying about, old-timer. It's the jobs of those other workers at the mill. You know, men with families and children, and maybe nothing put aside. It's the children and mothers who suffer most. Oh, someone's calling you, old-timer.
Hello. Well, here I am, Jackson.
Doggone, Miss Old-Timer, I've been looking all up and down the Empire Building for you.
Yeah, well, what about, Jackson?
About that baby. It needs you.
Baby? What? Well, what baby, Jackson?
Mr. Pond's baby.
Bert Pond's baby? Scatter my chipmunks, Jackson. Say, what on earth are you talking about?
Mr. Pond's done got a baby, Miss Old-Timer.
What?
It's about a 12-pound baby gal, and cute, doggone it.
Good heavens, Jackson. This sounds scandalous.
Worse than that, it's calamous.
It's what?
It's calamitious.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't quite understand.
Mr. Pond, ever since he had the baby, he's been wanting this and wanting that and wanting other things. He don't know what it is he is wanting.
Well?
Suppose I don't mind, but I wish he was more calm and splendid like.
Is there anything particular that he's wanting now, Jackson?
Yes, sir, you, me. He's wanting you, Mr. Old-Timer.
Well, I'll have to run up and see what all this excitement is about. Say, would you excuse me, Laura?
Certainly.
Bert Pond, if this ain't a sight for sore eyes. Say, that's a mighty pretty baby you've got there holding on to that nose of yours. Is it a boy or girl?
Good gosh, old crap apples, how should I know? 50 people have asked me that already.
Now, Bert, calm down a bit.
Here I was sitting all alone, and a woman has to come and leave this baby with me.
So you've been taking care of the baby for her.
Huh?
Now, I sort of gathered from Jackson that the baby was pregnant. And now here I find her cooing and smiling as fine as you please.
Yeah, well, that's because she's got a hold of my nose. She likes to hold on to it. If I don't let her hold on to my nose, she whip her.
What?
Whip her. She whip her until I let her hold my nose again.
Oh, whimper.
Yes, everybody's laughing at me, too.
No. Not laughing, Bert. Just smiling. You know, it always makes people feel kind of good to see a baby making over an old fella like you or me.
Well, it ain't me she likes, it's my nose. Now, you look now. I'm going to take the hand away. There you are, baby. Now, see how much better I can talk now?
Yes, but the baby don't seem so pleased. It looks like she's clouding up to cry.
No. See, old timer, what did I tell you?
Now, here, wait a minute. Have you tried letting her hold your watch?
No, but maybe she would do that. Now, let's see. Here, baby. Here. There you are. Pretty watch. Watch go tick.
You see? She stopped fretting already.
Sure, she stopped fretting. That's a mighty fine watch. That's the watch the club gives me.
It looks like a dandy watch to me. Looks like a railroader's watch.
Yeah, keeps perfect time, just like a railroader's watch, too, and everything. Yeah, you see them things there in the fob? Yeah, they're gold nuggets from a latchkey.
Hey, it sure is a pretty watch.
But hey, look out. Oh, gosh, she threw it on the floor.
Shadow my chipmunk, that's just what she's done. Well, didn't you hear me holler?
Oh, yes, I heard you holler after she'd gone and done it. And the watch the club give me, too.
Well, now, here, I'll pick it up. Maybe they busted. Hey, the crystal's broke. Oh.
Does it run? I said, is it running?
No, Bert. I don't hear no tick-tick. But the nuggets ain't hurt none, no.
Say, now, look here. Don't it. The baby's starting to fret again.
Now, well, I guess she didn't like it, Bert, when you laid her down on the seat after she threw the watch on the floor. You know, babies are mighty touchy sometimes. Now, you better pick her up again.
Yes, I guess you're right. Here you go now, baby. Here. Say, old timer.
Yeah?
Feel.
What?
Doggone me now. Why don't I look what I'm doing?
Bert, I guess you don't know much about babies. Oh, but, by the way, did you happen to see any package or letter or anything that might have been left with the baby?
No, sir. Yes, there was a package, but I give it to the porter to throw out. There wasn't nothing in it but some dish towels.
Dish towels?
Yeah.
I reckon, Bert, that was a mistake.
Eh? Say, old timer, now what are we going to do here now?
Now, there's just one thing, I reckon. Say, there's a girl on this empire builder, Bert, who I understand's a mighty good hand with babies. Say, I'll go fetch her.
Oh, that's fine. Good. Is there someone you know, old timer?
Yes, and I figure you're going to know her right well, too. You see, Bert, she's Laura Gray.
What? Here, no. Whatchy, you darn little skeezick.
Love.
Oh, the darling baby. Here. Oh, I must hold it.
Well, you better be careful, miss. You better be careful where you hold it.
Oh, well, I don't mind a little thing like that. Come on, baby,
Hey,
kid.
you folks, now give me time to introduce you. Mr. Pond, Miss Gray. Miss Gray, Bert Pond.
How do you do, Mr. Pond?
How do you do?
Well, baby and I are going to have to leave you right now, because...
See, I reckon the maid on the Empire Builder can maybe help out in just such an emergency as this, Laura. You see,
right, yes,
Say now,
Mr. Pond.
young lady, don't you keep that baby too long. Tain't yours.
Nor yours, Mr. Pond. I'll be
So.
myself.
Well, I never. So that's Laura Gray, is it?
yes, that's Laura Gray.
Well, you think she'll bring the baby back?
I don't know. Anyway, what difference does it make to you?
Nothing.
Yeah, I figured that, Bert.
Well, I don't think much of that mother, though. Leaving her baby here and not coming back.
Oh, you don't, eh?
No, I don't. Throwing her baby on somebody else's hands to take care of.
Well, Bert, I wouldn't be too critical until I knew something about what her problems were. You know, maybe she's had a 8% reduction in her income and is reducing overhead.
Say now, old timer, what are you
We
trying?
are just close. Only took a minute. And now, baby, fresh as a rosebud. To keep them can be very expensive.
Well, I was just thinking. When times get better, I might provide for this here baby.
Well, I'm sure that would be too great an expense for you, Mr. Pond.
Oh, is that so? Well, let me tell you something, young lady. I own the mill at Milltown. I'm Jim Pond's uncle, that's who. Uncle of the fellow you were engaged to.
Yes. But now I think maybe I'll break the engagement.
Why?
Because I'm afraid that, well, we wouldn't agree, you and I. You're such a confirmed pessimist. You just make life unhappy for both Jim and me.
Well, why? What do you mean, me, a pessimist?
Worse than that, Mr. Pond. You're a calamity howler. And you're one of the very men who make depressions, who go about at the least flurry, knocking off payrolls and fighting business. Oh, maybe you think you're an industrial leader, but you're just a big industrial scarecrow.
Now, you look here, Miss Gray. Don't you know the time's hard? I'm cutting my payroll because I...
Oh, you never cut payrolls. You just cut wages. And every man, woman, and child in America is on your payroll, whether they have jobs or not. And directly or indirectly, you have to feed them and clothe them. Oh, the sick, the aged, the orphan, and the foundling, like this baby here, are on your payroll, and old Tiger's payroll, and mine.
Well, I never heard such a thing.
Oh, yes, you have, but you haven't listened. By America's payroll, its invisible payroll, runs into millions, even in the very best of times. But every able-bodied man is employed.
You mean like these here community chefs?
Oh, that's just one part of the invisible payroll. And every cut you make on that visible payroll, the one you see and keep books on, every cut you make on that merely adds to America's big invisible payroll that you and I have to help pay.
Well, I must say, I never looked at it quite like that.
I know you haven't. You've only thought in terms of profits and dividends, instead of in terms of human life and happiness. And when you don't think in terms of happiness and life, you're cutting profits. You know, unhappy, suffering people don't buy much.
Say, Laura's right about that, Bert.
Well...
Right now, your profits have fallen only 7%. And if you're sensible, Mr. Pond, they won't drop anymore. They'll gain.
Gain, well,
Absolutely. As the world is just about ready to start buying again, supplies are down. Why, your own reserve stocks have almost vanished. And your part of the world, Mr. Pond, will start buying more than ever before from you if you don't keep them from it.
Well, what do you mean, keep them from it?
By cutting production, efficiency, quality, and most of all, buying power.
Yes, well, that all sounds very well in theory, Miss Gray, but in practice now...
Oh, you have to be shown, do you? All right. Here's your example. This baby, asleep here, deserted by her mother. That baby had a job. No, just being a baby that her own mother could care for, bringing joy and contentment and hope, and oh, everything worth living for, to mother. And the mother had a job too, being a mother. Why, they were the two greatest jobs in the world.
Well.
The mother has another job too, Mr. Pond, until you made that first payroll cut, the small one in Milltown. When she lost that job, 3 jobs were gone. Whom did you give them to?
Who did I give them to?
Yes, whom did you give them to? Oh, I don't want to try to imagine what the mother's job is now. Let's just think about whom you're giving this baby's job to. What?
Who did I give them to?
Yes. Whom did you give them to? Oh, I don't want to try to imagine what the mother's job is now. Let's just think about whom you're giving this baby's job to. What orphan home?
Now, look here. No orphan home's going to have this baby.
Oh, don't be too sure about that. You forget that I'm a social worker, and I can place this child where it's best for it. Why, you couldn't begin to care for it.
Well, now, couldn't you and Jim and I, couldn't we sort of all together? Well, now look here. I want to help, Laura.
No, I'm afraid not. You see, Mr. Pond, this payroll slashing is sort of epidemic. One does it and another follows. Just because. And just because is many a person's reason, not just a woman's reason. And if you make that 50% cut at the mill, well, I'm going to cut Jim off, too. Just because.
No, please, Miss Gray, don't you go doing that. Why, think of this baby.
Oh, must I do all the thinking, Mr. Pond?
No. Yes. Oh, well, very well, then. All right, I won't chop the payroll. Darn me, I'll add to it. From now on, you're going to be our efficiency expert.
And as nearly this baby's mother as I can possibly be. Oh, look. Either way.
That darn little skeezy. What you move? What you move? Hi-ho, yay-ho, good times are coming, so cheer up. Let's be carefree and sort of humming, then all your troubles will clear up. Make life a song and a dance, give care of whip, kick in the pants, just yell and tell the world you're happy. Good times are coming, so cheer up.
10 years ago, when hysterical people were weeping over a so-called business depression, a great metropolitan newspaper came out boldly with the slogan, 1921 will reward fighters. Every reader of that newspaper saw himself as a potential fighter. Every manufacturer and every businessman who read that slogan took heart. 1921 did reward fighters. 1931, too, will reward fighters. Business is far from dead. It must be fought for. And those who fight will reap the rewards now as 10 years ago. The Great Northern Railway and the Western Pacific Railway are jointly engaged in a $15 million project. Notably, the California Extension, now under construction and to be completed and ready for operation early next year. The Great Northern Railway faces this year of 1931 with confidence. Tonight's Empire Builders playlet again featured Harvey Hayes as the old-timer. Laura Gray, the social worker, was Lucille Houston. Bert Pond was Bob White. The baby, Betty White. And the mother, Bernadine Flynn. This is Ted Pearson speaking. Empire Builders comes to you every Monday night from the Chicago studios of the National Broadcasting Company.
And this is Westinghouse KYW, the Chicago Herald and Examine Station.